Hello one and all, this is Nerdcraft here, bringing you a 1v1 matchup on the Shakur's Plateau. Here, spawning on the lower right-hand corner is our blue Terran oGsTop, and his opponent here spawning on the lower left-hand corner, close air positions, is our red Zerg FXOLeenock, FFX, no. Weird. My voice, or not my voice, but my mouth, it does weird things at times. So yeah, TVZ on the Shakur's Plateau with Top and Leenock, both high caliber players. Of course, Top is a former Brood War player, being as he is on OGS, old generations. And Leenock, well, you know, everyone knows him. He's really young. I think he's like 16. Last I checked, yeah, he's 16. I think he'd be 17 in Korean years because they count another year, and that's like when you were when you were conceived. That's the word I'm looking for. So Leenock, everyone knows him. He is the current reigning champion of the MLG Pro Circuit. Winter Arena is coming up. Ooh, I'm so excited. And Top, you know, he's code S, and I don't think he's won very many large-scale tournaments, but he is really top-notch player. And as we can see here, he is going to go for a 13 barracks proxy. This isn't as aggressive. This isn't as aggressive. Why was that so hard to say? As an 11-11 racks. So he's not looking to do an all-in here that would potentially end the game. He's just going to put on some pressure, see if he can try and get a nice edge, and maybe force some sort of Roachling all-in, or some sort of just Baneling bust, or something, you know, something that's all-in, but he'd be ahead by that time. And of course, Leenock here, he is going to scout with his Overlord, but he is not going to scout the entirety of the base, because he just wants to make sure that he's not that he doesn't lose his Overlord. Losing an Overlord this early in the game can be pretty bad, and I'm not sure if that Overlord is going to see the barracks. No, ooh, man, it would have, but Leenock decided to change its course of direction, and he does not see the ramp yet. He's just assuming that there is indeed a barracks and supply depot right there. Now, the Overlord is going to see this Marine. I don't know if Leenock notices it, though, and there's the bunker and SCV going down. The Marine is coming up. We're going to try and kill off this drone so that way the bunker can finish. Second Marine on its way, and the barracks is going to be lifted and floated over, so it looks like this is just going to be 2 Marines. And Leenock is sending his drone on the retreat, and is going to make a spine crawler instead. So this bunker is indeed going to finish. The thing about spine crawlers, though, is they outrange bunkers. So even when the spine crawler finishes, which it's not going to, it's going to be canceled, and the drone not going to be killed. It's going to be able to take out the bunker. Now, Lings aren't going to do that much against a bunker, especially when they don't have speed. So we'll see how Leenock is going to hold this up. Looks like he's just going to wait for the spine crawler and then try to get it in range of that. And what do we have from Top here? Looks like he's going to go for a reactored Hellion opening after this pressure, which is really good. I like that a lot. Queen is just about to finish. She is not in range, luckily. Now she's going to move back over here, inject some larva. Nope, she's going to go with the creep tumor instead. And this spine crawler is very close to finishing. It is going to finish right now. And I'm just going to uproot it and move it on over. I think this is in range. No, it is not in range of the bunker, actually. And it kind of doesn't really matter because they're focusing down that hatchery, so they're not going to really concern themselves. The Marines, I mean, are not going to really concern themselves about the spine crawler, because I don't think Top is really paying attention to that. And you can see the spine crawler is eating away at the bunker. He got rid of the well, actually, really nice micro there from Top. He put the SCV in and then transferred it to the other side, able to salvage it. Both Marines die, as well as the SCV, and only 1 worker was killed there by Top, and now 2 Hellions are coming in as if on cue, right when the spine crawler is burrowing too, so it's not going to be able to stop these Hellions, but the Queen does come down to block the ramp. And now now the spine crawler is burrowed. It's going to be able to take out those Hellions as soon as they're in range. God, they do so much. They do a surprising amount of damage, I think. The spine crawlers, with their impaler tentacle, do 25 damage in 30 versus armored. So that's actually pretty impressive. As we see, Top now just going to finish off his expansion. This is really smart from Top, going to while making sure that Leenock is occupied with taking out this bunker and the Marines, it's really smart of him to expand behind it and also put in some Hellions. So by that time, Leenock will just be like, okay, fine, I finally got rid of that bunker, and now I can finally start droning up and everything. And then the Hellions come in. It's really, really good, top-notch play from top. Top-notch play from top. Ah, see what I did there? Oh, horrible puns. Now the 3 Hellions are just trying to poke, see if they can draw a queen out or not. They're actually doing some indirect damage to this creeper. I've seen some really cool stuff with Hellions and creep tumors. Not a creeper, but a creep tumor. Like putting the Hellion by where they know the creep tumor is, and then attacking the Hellion so that the splash damage takes out the creep tumor. It's really cool stuff. There's crazy awesome things like that go on in this game. Now, what else do we have coming up from top here? He is starting to get his tank production. He is not researching siege mode, though. He doesn't actually have the minerals and gas for it. And Stim is about 2/3 away from finishing, and the racks are just, yeah, the racks. They're barracks. I don't know where I was going with that. I was like, and the racks. Well, I don't know much about that. So yeah, and still no siege mode coming up. He's just making a second tank instead of getting that siege mode. So very interesting choice there from top. Looks like he just wants to make sure he has a tank count out before he goes for the siege mode. Now he's definitely getting siege mode. The Hellions still just being doing a light contain with the Zerg there, just like denying creep spread, and making sure that the Lings can't really go out without being scouted and things like that. But now they're going to be definitely taken out as soon as this spine crawler burrows, and there's a lot of those Lings there too. And ooh man, that spine crawler was about to lunge. He's like, okay, you win this time. Sending half of his Lings over this way. Ooh, and these Lings are actually going to run right into a push by oGsTop. It looks like it's a siege tech timing push, and this drone is trying to get over here so he can establish a third. But I don't know if Top noticed that the drone was going up there. He might have. I wouldn't be surprised to see him siege up over here. He's just waiting for the siege mode to get finished. And oh no, looks like Top did not notice that there's a hatchery going up on the third, and these Lings right in the back, they're just going to stay there for a flank. Top might be thinking that there is going to be a run by, so he's got everything ready. And of course the engagement coming in, the Lings coming around, getting a surround on the tanks and the Marines. Huge splash damage, also dealing out the damage to the Marines, getting a nice surround on that tank. And then these 3 Marines are also so screwed. And the third is saved. Wow, that was actually really impressive from Leenock. Usually most Zerg players would wait till they have Banelings and morph them and run them in as the tanks, focus down the Zerglings. The Banelings do the damage to the Marines, but wow, he just needed to do that with Zerglings, and he sees the wall is complete with the siege tank behind it. So looks like Leenock is actually going to go for a Baneling bust here, and this is always the downfall of Shakura's Plateau, is that to prevent any Banelings or Ling run-bys getting into your mineral line, you just use supply depots. You can make big supply depot walls right here, but it's very vulnerable against Zerg because the Banelings, it doesn't take that much Banelings to take them out as opposed to a barracks. So that's what that's like, and actually getting a burrow. So this is going to be so freaking awesome. We are going to see Baneling landmines. We see there's a drop over there that was denied. Did kill 4 drones. And it looks like another drop. Don't know if Leenock saw that. These things only have so much vision when they're burrowed, so Leenock probably did not catch that drop, which is headed over to this third, and is fully saturated. Man, sorry, I got the hiccups or something. Got to hold your breath. Top is loading, unloading these Marines here. Looks like he's just going to heal them up and then drop them again, which is a really good idea. Just make sure that your Marines last a little longer. And those are drones, not Lings. I thought those were Lings going over there to make sure that to deny that drop, but no. The drop is going on right over here as well. Picked up, only loses a single Marine, and then this drop is ready to go. But I don't think Top realizes that it is done yet. Nope, he doesn't. There he goes. Of course, this is right when I was about to leave. He selects the units, and this drone did not see the Marines. I don't think the Marines saw them either. Now, Leenock's just feeling like, oh crap, there's a drop here and here. The mutas are going to clean everything else up, and this is going to give Leenock effective map control. And the drones being burrowed over there. See, that's something I feel is not that much utilized by Zerg players, is burrowing the drones during a drop. I think it's a great idea. And as we can see here, 3 tanks, a handful of Marines, and the Planetary Fortress is just about to finish. These Baleen landmines still not doing anything. Oh man, I just really want to... oGsTop, I know what oGsTop is doing with this. What he's doing is he's waiting until his army is there. So that way when the reinforcements are coming out, like there's a... like let's say he's taking out this base and he's able to take it out. Top will be collecting his army up here, ready to push out to repel the attack, and that's when oGsTop will most likely utilize these Baleen landmines. But of course, the missile turret is going up because he knows of the Mutalisks, so that is going to reveal the Banelings. And if oGsTop, oh, Baleen landmines! Oh, that was beautiful. It was still utilized. Oh my God, there's so much Banelings killed, right? Or so many Marines killed right there. That was so freaking awesome. Of course, we'll never know how much was there, because there's no way to count the amount of kills a Baleen has. It's like that one counterintuitive thing. So if you click a Baleen there, it says kills. That doesn't really help, does it? Because the you know, whole thing about blowing up. Infestation pit coming down here for oGsTop as well. So it looks like he's going to get ready to move up to a hive and possibly into a broodlord. Now he's just sticking with that classic Mutalisk Zergling Baleen composition. He does have speed for these Banelings, if I recall, and just going to take the Xel'Naga watchtowers and establish his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th and 6th. So oGsTop going into full macro mode. This is his strength, I would say. This is what seems to be a majority of Zerg players' strength, is that looks so funny, is the macro element, because Zerg is really heavily dependent on macro. And there are some Marines with medevac and 3 missile turrets waiting over there for these Mutalisks. Unfortunately, the refinery is out of range of those Mutalisks. I think he took out a couple workers. Yeah, he did take out 2 workers there. But, you know, 2 workers isn't exactly huge. These Lings just on hold position, waiting for that 4th to be established, which is being established right now. I believe so. It wouldn't make sense if he made this command center a defensive planetary fortress. So I'm going to just go off on a limb and say he's going to fly it over here, and then these Lings are just waiting for it. So oGsTop, really good foresight in this game. Just knowing, like, kind of based, he just knows, like, based on what bases the Terran has taken, he knows, like, yeah, okay, so he's going to start getting his 5th really soon. This medevac is going to go for a drop, and she's going to see, wow, that's a lot of Lings. And now the Mutalisks are going to come in and clean them up. That it sucks to be these Marines. It's like, okay, get out. What? But there's Lings out there. Yeah, but there's Mutas out there too. But there's Mutas shooting at us. It's like, oh dear. These Marines aren't going to survive. Too many Lings. They are 2-1 Lings as well, so they it's going to take quite a bit more to kill them than normally. And oh, actually, nice positioning there with Top. He's just going to be able to channel them in. Gonna kill that Ling too, so he's going to be able to expand. This is going to be flown over to the 4th. And these Lings are trapped, but luckily for oGsTop, he does have a lot of Mutas there, and Top is forced to move out. Another missile turret on its way. There are 2 tanks sieging up. I wonder how much tanks that Top has. He does have 12 tanks and 2 Thors. The Thors are nowhere to be seen. There's the Thors, actually. They just got finished making. Surprised that they're not going forward. These Mutalisks are very clumped up. Oh, 1 volley goes off on the Mutalisk. Unfortunately, does not get that much splash damage. And we can see that Hive has been researched for oGsTop, and he's getting the Crackling upgrade, as well as level 3 Carapace and level 2 Melee and his Greater Spire. So the reason you want to get 3-3 Melee and Carapace is because that also actually helps the that also helps with the amount of damage and ability to live for the Broodlings as well. A lot of people don't overlook that. And oh no, he's also getting Ultralisk as well. So this is going to be very interesting. oGsTop is going to force a reaction. So essentially what's happening, this is really cool. I love this play by Zerg players. They're going to force a reaction out of Top. So give it, oh wow, lots of tanks went down. So for an example here, he's making 10 Corruptors while his Greater Spire is just about to finish. And he's getting also Kite Mist Plating for Ultralisk. So he's going to make a lot of Broodlords. And then he's going to reveal these Broodlords. And Top is going to react by making a lot of Vikings. Suddenly there's a lot of Vikings in the ground, and sure, the Broodlords do their damage, but the Broodlords do their damage, but are all killed inevitably. So after all the Broodlords are killed, there's a lot of Vikings in the air. That's a lot of supply. Vikings take up 2 supply, I do believe. Yep, 2 supply. So you have like, let's say 10 Vikings. That's 20 supply right there. That's not going into Marines and tanks or Thors. And then all of a sudden, bam, a lot of Ultralisks out of nowhere in the next engagement. Now there's a lot of Banelings there. Holy crap. That is actually 24, 32, 37 Banelings. Wow, I probably could have just clicked the units tab and seen that. I have to make sure I'm practicing my math skills, guys. I want to be a smart person. I am a smart person, I like to think at least. And it looks like Top, he's going to back off on this push that he was going to do. They're surprisingly both almost maxed, which, I don't know, it kind of surprised me because the amount of units it looks like Top has. He does have 80 SCVs, and Leenock only has 79 harvesters, or drones, which is actually pretty low for a Zerg player. Usually you get, well, 79 isn't too low. Usually you get about 75 to 100 drones. If you're Rhett, then you get like 110. No, that's Chef. No, yeah, that is Rhett. Rhett and Chef, they both get a lot of drones. Actually, all the liquid Zerg players get a lot of drones. It's really crazy. Now Queen's coming out here. They're also going to do transfuse, and Corruptor's actually coming along too. So it looks like Leenock is going to prepare for these Vikings, which is interesting because that way he can't really utilize the tech switch as well. But still, they're freaking Broodlords, and then you got Ultralisks coming out. So yeah, they're pretty good. One Viking does go down, another one joins in, and that planetary fortress just melts. And this is not looking good for Top at all. Marines are in hold position, so they're not really doing anything. They're just looking at the pretty Broodlings. A lot of Banelings. Oh, a lot of Banelings just died from a siege tank volley. That is not good at all for Leenock. 82 to 170, 68 supply. Leenock in the lead. Level 3 melee just about to finish. These Broodlords are dealing out 24 damage every 2.5 sec. I think that's 2.5 seconds. I'm not sure though. Vikings moving forward to try and snipe off some of these Broodlords, but the Corruptors are in the back there, kind of making sure that Top knows that this is dangerous. Now the Marines come in, they stim in to try and take out the Broodlords, but the Banelings come in. Banelings go off on tanks, and all the Banelings go off on all these just handful of Marines there, but now they're taking out the tanks. Everything's being cleaned up by oGsTop. This isn't looking good for him at all. Would not be surprised to see a GG any minute. 3 Vikings. There's the GG from Top. Leenock takes that game. That was a pretty that seemed like a pretty one-sided game. There didn't really seem much points in the game where Top was kind of had the advantage, and that's just because he's Leenock. Leenock is a really good Zerg. He's one of the best, I would say, currently in Korea. Jeez, how much Broodlords? 8 Broodlords being morphed, along with 9, so 17 Broodlords would have been the end of it. What really helped him too was these Queens, because he wasn't really paying attention with his Corruptors, so the Vikings kept coming in and getting pot shots off on the Broodlords, but luckily the Queens were there to transfuse the Broodlords. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed casting it. Again, my name is Nerdcraft. If you like games that are this awesome and stuff, this awesome and so cool, subscribe to my channel. I get these kind of games. These are the kind of games I strive to look for. I do not just do turtle versus turtle games that end in one giant blob of units fighting each other. No, I don't like those games. Those are boring. I like games with a lot of aggression, huge macro games, things like that. So that's kind of like my channel's promise, I suppose, is to bring you the best action I can find, and I look a lot for this best action. And if you feel like, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I am at nerd_craft. You'll get updates as to when I'm casting, what I'm casting, what kind of matchups, what kind of, or not what kind of players, what players. And also you get updates for my live stream. I usually stream on the weekends, and it's just me on the ladder. And I also do replay analysis. So yeah, again, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm still, my exiting speech is still a little too long. I'm still working on it, but I like to think it was a little shorter this time. Again, hope you enjoyed the game. My name is Nerdcraft. That's it. I am out.